Hello everypony, Prince Alagorn of Aquilonia here, with my first official episode review. And it probably should have been for the Season 4 opener, since that's most relevant, and probably would not be so rough. But no, I chose putting your goddamn hoof down. May the gods help me. Warning! This is about to get really, really rough. If that upsets you, get the hell out of here now. There will be nicer reviews coming. You have been warned. Fuck you, Hasbro. Fucking fuck you. What the fuck were you thinking? Maybe I should start with explaining what the heck's going on in this particular Season 2 episode. It's basically Fluttershy is feeding her pets and Angel's being fussy. I'll get into exactly what goes on a little bit later, but let's just say he won't eat the food pellets she gives him and won't eat the salad she specially made for him, but instead wants her to go out and make a specific dish that he found in one of her cookbooks that she doesn't even know that she can make. Whilst collecting ingredients, Pinkie Pie and Rarity notice that she's being mistreated by the shop owners and try to teach her some assertiveness techniques that backfire in actually a fairly comical fashion. She comes home, she makes the dish. It's not exactly how Angel wanted it. So, again, I will come back to this later. But she ends up out of the house and coming across a flyer for a motivational speaker named Iron Will, a Minotaur. She attends his assertiveness class, ends up being pulled on stage and being talked into demonstrating some of the techniques, which seem to work and which she seems to enjoy. We see her come across various other situations where people are mistreating her, and she uses proper escalation and proper use of the techniques at first, but eventually the power starts going to her head and she starts getting out of hand. After a particularly rough confrontation with Pinkie Pie and Rarity, who are just simply trying to calm her down, she ends up locking herself in her cottage thinking that she's turned into a monster, until Iron Will comes to collect payment. One of his selling points at the beginning of the seminar was that if you're not satisfied, you don't have to pay. Fluttershy confronts Iron Will, says she refuses to pay, and says she's not satisfied, so she's taking advantage of that particular rule. Iron Will, quite calmly, tries to deal with her, but she still refuses. So, after a little bit of what seems like it could have went into huffing and puffing, he basically just gives up, agrees with her, and goes on his merry way. And then Rarity, Fluttershy, and Pinkie Pie make up. And we end on what you would expect for a typical MLP happy ending. Now, well, yeah, things don't sound that bad there. Wait for it. To be fair though, let's start with what I actually did like about this episode. It's not all terrible. I actually found some of the humor to be rather good. I especially like the scenes where Pinkie Pie pulls the Bugs Bunny on one shopkeeper, or the one where Rarity talks a customer into giving up something through flattery and, I would say seduction, but it's not really seduction. It's being exceptionally nice to someone who you can tell probably isn't used to having nice things said about them, and using it to your advantage. What I didn't like though, the humor was the only thing that worked. Everything else about this fucking sucks. And let's start with Angel. Bitch slapping Fluttershy. This is how we start the fucking episode. This is the beginning. What? Huh? Charlotte Fullerton and Meriwether Williams. I don't recall Fluttershy and Angel having a Joker and Harley Quinn relationship before. Oh wait, that's right. Bruce Timm and Paul Dini were smart enough to know that when Joker was abusing Harley, it wasn't funny. No. See, how they'd structure an episode is ha 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 ha, bitch smack. Suddenly you're not laughing any fucking more. You're seeing the real Joker at play. And this is not to mention the fact that he kicks her out of the house for not making a salad dessert right. Oh my fucking god. And then there's the fact that everyone in Ponyville is a complete and total asshole throughout the entire episode. They villainize Iron Will when he did absolutely nothing wrong. And it's Fluttershy herself that's the one going overboard. And let's get to this scene. This is what fucking broke the episode for me. Let's describe the scene. This is where Rarity and Pinkie are trying to calm Fluttershy down. How does she respond? She basically... Well, first of all, she's offended. She thinks that Pinkie and Rarity want the old doormat Fluttershy back, when all they want is for her to be a little bit nicer and take a little bit more care about how she escalates situations. And then, this is what makes it so bad for me though. This is why this is the worst scene in the entire series. She responds by basically telling Rarity and Pinkie that their entire lives are meaningless. That fashion and partying are frivolous, pointless, useless activities. And that they aren't serious enough about situations to understand what she's going through. And then, and this is the kicker, she tells them that no pony gives a flying feather about them. Let me repeat that. Fluttershy just said, to put it in proper American English, nobody gives a flying fuck about them. First of all, fuck you Charlotte Fullerton and Meriwether Williams for writing that into the goddamn fucking episode. Second of all, fuck you Hasbro for letting that line get through. Third of all, fuck you the Hub for even airing the goddamn thing. You worthless pieces of shit. I love your show. But if this is your idea of quality control, suck my right nut and make my left one jealous. Seriously. Grown adults talking to grown adults. It's okay. I don't have a problem with us swearing at each other. Quite clearly, since I'm doing it like a goddamn sailor. But this is a kid's show. This is a show for preteen girls. I'm sorry, but I can only give this episode 1.5 stars. It's not the worst thing ever made. Trust me. Look at Mr. Enter's list of animated atrocities, especially the modern SpongeBob stuff. There's stuff that makes this look like frickin' Citizen Kane. But this is a terrible episode that I should have liked, because Fluttershy's my favorite pony. And she does stuff in this episode. She's not there to be cute, she's not there to be a background character, and she's actually focused on getting over a character flaw. And they fuck it up this badly. So like I said, 1.5 stars. You get a D for effort. Actually a D- for effort. But y'all can also get fucked.